Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. All right, Falcon Nation. Get ready because the NFL rumor mill is buzzing like never before, and this one could shake up the entire NFC South. The whispers in the league point towards a potential blockbuster trade that could see the Atlanta Falcons make a bold move for one of the most disruptive defensive stars in recent memory, Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Is this really happening? Well, the sources are pointing in that direction and the implications are huge. This isn't just about grabbing another player. It's about redefining what the Falcons' defense can be and laying down a serious statement to the entire league. Let's start by breaking down what's driving this potential move. The Chiefs, coming off a 9-8 season, are in a bit of a rebuild mode. They're facing cap issues that exceed $34 million and have some key gaps to fill, especially in the secondary. The team has prioritized bolstering their cornerbacks and wide receivers, and with a record that didn't quite meet expectations, it seems plausible that they might look to shake things up. One of the biggest pieces on the trade block appears to be Chris Jones, a player who has been a cornerstone of Kansas City's elite defense since 2016. At 31 years old, Jones is still playing at an incredibly high level, and his stats back that up. In 2025, he recorded 11 sacks, which was second among defensive linemen, along with 42 tackles and 25 quarterback hits. His PFF grade of 92.9 was the best among all defensive tackles, and his win rate in pass rush situations was an elite 21%, not to mention his run-stop percentage of 37%, which puts him in the top 6 among DTs, and his pressures total of 80. This guy is a game wrecker, plain and simple. Throughout his career, Jones has accumulated an impressive 80 sacks and 285 tackles, earning 3 Pro Bowl selections and 2 All-Pro honors. His impact on the field has often been compared to some of the best inside defenders in league history, even drawing parallels to Aaron Donald's legacy. He's a disruptive force who can collapse the pocket, control the line of scrimmage, and create chaos for quarterbacks. His ability to generate pressure, especially against double teams, where his win rate is an elite 19%, makes him a nightmare for any offensive line. And after suffering a minor knee injury in 2025 that caused him to miss a handful of games, he still proved that he's a top-tier interior lineman, consistently generating pressure and disruption. Now, why would the Chiefs consider trading Jones? The team's needs are shifting. They're looking to address their secondary and wide receiver positions, and with their current cap situation, trading a veteran star like Jones could be part of a strategic reset. Reports and insiders like Rossini suggest that Kansas City might be looking to start fresh post-Mahomes, especially considering recent dips in their performance and the need to retool for the future. A trade involving Jones would likely involve a first-round pick in 2027 and a fourth-rounder in 2026. A hefty price, but one that could be worth it for a team like Atlanta, which desperately needs a disruptive force on the interior line. So what does this mean for the Falcons? Well, if this trade goes through, it could be a game changer. The Falcons' defense has shown flashes of brilliance, but they've been hampered by injuries along the defensive line, especially at the tackle position. Adding a player like Chris Jones would immediately elevate their interior pass rush, which has been inconsistent at times. Last season, Atlanta's defensive line struggled to generate enough pressure, especially against mobile quarterbacks and teams with strong blocking schemes. A disruptive force like Jones would help fill those gaps, allowing the Falcons to become more aggressive and unpredictable on defense. Imagine Jones lining up next to Grady Jarrett, creating a duo that offensive lines have to double-team, freeing up others to make plays. His presence alone could shift the entire dynamic of Atlanta's defense, boosting their overall pressure rate and forcing more turnovers. His elite win rate in pass rush situations means he can consistently collapse the pocket, making life miserable for opponents' quarterbacks. This in turn could lead to more sacks, more forced fumbles, and a boost in turnovers, key factors that can turn close games into wins. Moreover, Jones's ability to stop the run is just as impressive as his pass rush skills. His run defense has improved significantly, with a plus 22% effectiveness last year, helping Atlanta's defense become more balanced. The team has been looking for a disruptive interior presence since injuries started to pile up, and Jones's arrival could be the piece that helps them finally lock down opponents' ground game, especially in a division where teams like New Orleans and Tampa Bay run the ball effectively. Beyond just the immediate impact on the field, acquiring Jones could have a huge psychological effect. It sends a clear message that the Falcons are serious about contending and willing to go all in. A player of his caliber, with his veteran experience and leadership, can elevate the entire locker room. Plus, his presence could attract more attention from opposing offenses, forcing them to game plan differently and opening up opportunities for other players like Bijan Robinson and the offensive line to shine. And let's not forget, having a dominant interior defender like Jones could also help the Falcons' defense improve their third down efficiency and red zone defense, areas where they've struggled at times. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Falcons aren't just making a move for the sake of it. They're positioning themselves as serious contenders in 2024 and beyond. With the NFC South still wide open after the Saints' recent struggles and Tampa Bay rebuilding, Atlanta has a real shot to take control of the division if they can bolster their defense. Plus, with the addition of a player like Jones, the Falcons could see a significant bump in their playoff odds, which have already been trending upward under head coach Arthur Smith's leadership. Bookmakers like DraftKings have already adjusted their Super Bowl odds for Atlanta, moving from plus 5,000 to plus 2,200 after earlier rumors of this potential trade started circulating. That's a huge jump, reflecting the belief that Jones could be the missing piece to propel the Falcons back into serious postseason contention. His presence would not only improve the defense, but also boost the overall confidence of the team, making them a more well-rounded and tougher opponent every Sunday. Of course, such a move isn't without risks. Trading away draft capital for a veteran player always involves some uncertainty. There's no guarantee Jones stays healthy or maintains his elite level of performance, especially after a minor injury last season. But the potential rewards far outweigh the risks, especially for a team that's been searching for consistency and a true game wrecker on defense. The Falcons have been building a solid foundation on offense with Bijan Robinson and Desmond Ridder, but defense wins championships, and adding a disruptive force like Jones could be the final piece to put Atlanta over the top. In terms of the impact on the team's salary cap, Atlanta has around $8 million in space, which could be enough to make this deal happen with some strategic maneuvering. The Falcons have shown a willingness to spend when it counts, and investing in a player like Jones could pay dividends for years to come. His leadership in the locker room, combined with his on-field dominance, makes him an ideal candidate to help Atlanta close the gap and make a real run at the NFC title. Looking ahead, if this trade materializes, it would be a bold statement from the Falcons' front office. It signals that they're all in and ready to challenge the division giants. It also puts pressure on other NFC South teams to respond, which could lead to a more competitive division overall. And for us fans, it's an exciting time. We've seen glimpses of greatness from this team, and with the right moves, especially on defense, there's no reason to believe that Atlanta can't be a serious contender come playoff time. So, Falcons fans, keep your eyes peeled because this story is developing, and it could be the start of something truly special. Whether or not the trade happens, the energy and optimism around this squad are contagious. This could be the move that defines the 2024 season, and I, for one, am all in. The Falcons are on the rise, and with a game-changer like Chris Jones potentially donning the red and black, we might just be witnessing the beginning of a new chapter of dominance in the NFC South. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Do you believe this trade could be the spark we need? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing Chris Jones in the black and red? I know I am. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. The offseason is heating up, and this is just the beginning of what could be a truly exciting journey. Strap in, Falcons Nation, the best is yet to come.